The king of all reptiles lives in Africa, the Americas, and Australasia. He wins his race of life with his size and strength. He has no natural enemies. He's the ultimate apex predator, the crocodile. Crocodiles are the largest dinosaur left alive. They can grow to 7 meters and live for 100 years. In Australia alone, 4 or 5 people per year are attacked by these monsters. The locals call them salties to distinguish them from their smaller freshwater cousins. The freshies are mostly harmless to humans. The salties are not. Saltwater crocs live in the rivers and wetlands of tropical Australia and Southeast Asia. They also live in the ocean and on the beaches. Crocs usually attack from underwater. They spot their prey on the surface and then descend. The other giant crocodile lives across the Indian Ocean. Africa, home of giant herbivores, great long rivers, and the Nile crocodile. This full-grown male is about to take part in the annual African Feast, when migrating wildebeest have to cross the Mara River. He prepares for the ambush. The wildebeest are on alert. The croc strikes. There is no chance of escape. The crocodile's bite is the strongest ever measured. At 16,000 newtons, he bites down with 20 times the force of a human eating a steak. A classic crocodile death roll helps him tear off pieces of meat. The wildebeest calf has lost this lightning-fast race of life. The mighty monster of the Mara River has won his. She can now manage for up to 6 months before she needs another meal. And by then, the wildebeest will be returning. The mountains of America, Asia, and Europe are home to a giant mammal with a fierce nature. He hunts by day in the forests and rivers. His diet includes meat, berries, nuts, and fish. Full-grown males can reach 750 kilos in weight. They have large teeth and an exceptional sense of smell. Some species come to a special place at a special time every year. Bears. This one has come to the river for an event that tests the athletic skills of predator and prey to their limits. Bears are distantly related to dogs, but they have long bodies, stocky legs, and they're much, much bigger. This river is a major highway for a very special fish. Every year, Pacific salmon race along these waters to breed. They have to leap enormous hurdles and avoid being eaten by bears. These salmon have been at sea for 2 years. Now they're returning upriver to where they were born. This adult grizzly bear has been practicing her fishing techniques for several seasons. Victory. Despite the huge quantity of fish, catching a slippery salmon is a major challenge. The salmon run is at its peak in June and July, the Northern Hemisphere summer. These fish are an essential protein source for the bear and her family. When the weather changes, there will be almost no food around. She needs to eat as much as she can if she's going to live through the long and icy northern winter. This is a race to the death for fish and bear. Only the fastest and strongest salmon will get past the line of bears. And only the bears who pack in lots of protein will be strong enough to survive when the snow closes in. Bears start training to be warriors from almost the day they are born. These two cubs spend most of their waking hours playing. But they are developing the skills they need to be good fighters. They will need to win many fights if they are going to survive as adults. Bears don't just fight for food. They fight to defend territory and to win a mate. They also fight to protect their families. This young grizzly male is looking for his own territory. Bears are not very sociable. When they're not breeding, they usually live alone. But this territory has already been claimed. This time, the fight between the two bears is serious. If you have no territory, you have no food. In the wild, injury is as good as a death sentence. The new bear is too small. He's not strong enough to win this time. The dominant bear has won the race of life today. The younger bear must come back when he's big enough to take on this dominant male. This adult female has just made a major kill, and she's not about to share it. A wolf has picked up the scent of the kill. He's also hungry. The wolf is wary as he approaches the carcass. He's no match for the size and strength of the bear. The wolf must be very hungry. He could easily be killed in a conflict. Bears do not fear any other animal. They are apex predators. If the bear was injured, then the wolf might stand a chance. But not today. Even a pack of wolves would think twice before taking on a full-grown grizzly. Like all her kind, she has become a well-trained warrior. She will need to fight every day to survive alone. One of the most dangerous animals in Africa is famous for his size. He's a menacing presence on the plains and grasslands. He lives among the great herds of herbivores and is most feared for his unpredictable nature. This fierce warrior kills more people every year than lions or leopards, but his main diet is grass. He hides among the tall grasses and reeds, ready to attack at any moment. The Cape buffalo. These impressive animals can stand 1.5 meters tall and weigh nearly a ton. But the reason for their deadly reputation is on their heads. Both males and females have a formidable set of horns. These horns are fused across the base, so they act as sword and shield. Cape buffalo are a species unto themselves, and they stand alone as the greatest herbivore warrior on the planet. This herd is mostly made up of related females and their young. There is one dominant male who can be recognized by the size of his horns. On the fringes of the herd are the young males. They waste no time getting into training with those horns. They start with play fights. Then the sparring becomes a jousting match to establish a hierarchy. Buffalo have only 3 main enemies: lions, humans, and the African dry season. They must join the great race of life across the plains to find fresh grazing lands and water. These migrating herds can contain over 2,000 buffalo. They join the vast numbers of wildebeest, zebra, and antelope in the long march to greener pastures. The November rain is what drives these animals to move. The Serengeti Plains near the Ngorongoro crater become rich with new growth grass. But by May, the grass is all grazed out, and the herds move north towards Kenya's Masai Mara. This is the greatest concentration of animal life on the planet, a true wonder of the natural world. But where there are lots of animals, there are also lots of predators. The only animal that will take on an adult buffalo is the lion. She must be very hungry. She's risking her life by attacking something so large and dangerous. The buffalo has spotted her. The lioness persists. A kick from the buffalo could be a deadly blow. The buffalo must get rid of her attacker before it gets to her throat. The lioness goes straight for the neck. She's done it. This pride of lions have gone for a safer target, a buffalo calf. But they are going to have to fight off a very angry mother. This is where those giant horns come in handy. And this is how buffalo kill. The lioness has pushed it far enough. She's not happy, but the buffalo and her calf have won their race of life today. The entire herd is now alerted. They don't want the lions hanging around. It's not worth the risk. The lions back off. They will have to find their meal elsewhere. The buffalo have not only protected themselves, they have protected their young. In this way, the entire herd of bovine warriors wins their race of life.